there! Thanks so much for spending any amount of your day with me. I really appreciate it. Today I just got these in the mail. These are the new Lost Shadow colors from Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz. And I haven't had a chance to actually swatch these yet, so I figured let's go ahead and do a little swatching and I'll give you a little review. Over here. Okay, let's go ahead and get these swatched out. I also have another color here of Weathered Wood, which I will swatch later because I need to swatch it anyway, and it'd be a good comparison since it's also kind of grayish. I'm going to start with the Distress ink. And I had to find a clean brush for this because these are very, very light colors, so I'll have to make sure that this does not get much in the way of transfer. Yeah, you can barely tell there's any ink on that. So this is looking to be a really light gray. I think if I piled it on here enough, it would start to feel like a slightly darker gray. What is sometimes called a neutral shade. I don't think I'd try to stamp with this ink. This might be a little too light to do any stamping. Maybe I might have to try it anyway, and because this might be a good ink for what's called no line coloring. So you can see that's a very light gray. All right. Now I'll do another card here with the Lost Shadow. This is the Distress Oxide. This is the other reason I wanted to do this, because you see this little, I don't know if you'd call this a hack, but you can tell that, okay, so I can line this up with that and then put this card over and hold it down so it'll be about the same length. I'm just going to clean off the brush a little bit there. Now I tend to use the oxides more than the Distress when doing any kind of brush inking, just because I find that the Distress Oxide gives a much better coverage, and I have less trouble getting an even layer of ink on the page. Okay, so let's take a look-see at the difference here. This is Distress. This is Distress Oxide. You can see the Distress Oxide is a bit lighter. They're both nice grays, though, I will say, and I really had to work hard to get that to that shade. So this is a very light neutral. I can see using that in a lot of backgrounds, for example. Now this is the Weathered Wood, which is another kind of gray. This is also Distress Oxide. So just for... As you can see, this gray is a lot darker. Look at that. So it almost has a bit of a, this looks like a cool gray. It feels a little bit bluish to me. Okay. So we have Distress, Lost Shadow, Distressed Oxide, Lost Shadow, and Distressed Weathered Wood. Those are all pretty good. These two I'd put close to being actual neutral. This seems to have a slight bluish tint to it. But altogether, that's a pretty good color. I'm very happy with this color, and I think I'll probably be using this a lot in making backgrounds in the future. Especially something that I might be with more warmer colors, I would use this rather than that. All right, well, thank you so much for checking out the new color of Tim Holtz with me. Full disclosure, I bought this with my own money from Simon Says Stamp. This was not gifted to me by Tim Holtz, nor Simon Says Stamp. I paid for this myself. That's it for this time. I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.